Good evening. At the 7 o'clock news summary, 4 men were admitted in the intensive care unit of Seychelles Hospital this morning after having consumed a liquid in a bottle found on the beach at Beauvallon. According to information provided to SBC News, the incident happened opposite the Beach House restaurant. The 4 men are residents of Beauvallon. An investigation is ongoing in this incident. The architect who designed the fire-ravaged Le Chantier Mall has told SBC News how corners were cut to save money during its construction 20 years ago. Kamal Zakani also believes that flammable PVC and other materials used recently to create the nightclub extensions could have endangered lives. His comments come as commercial tenants were allowed back into the lower floors to help electricity engineers carry out safety checks.
Kamal Zakani takes stock of the damage to Le Chantier Mall, the building he designed for the government. He claims the finished structure wasn't what left his drawing board 20 years ago, and it should have been.
It doesn't conform to standards, building standards, where you have to have certain vertical access, So they couldn't afford actually to buy the escalators which I had specified. There is no real vertical access to the first 3 floors.
Oh my God!
It took only minutes for flames to rip through the recently added nightclub extension, which melted before the eyes of onlookers last Friday.
I think because of the standard of the materials being used, like the Perspex glass and, that are quite inflammable. Maybe to keep the weight of the structure still light, they use lighter materials which are cheaper and more inflammable.
The planning department has responded saying we have no comment at this time as we're awaiting the outcome of the fire investigation and we're also awaiting the structural assessment of the building owner. Meanwhile, tenants on the lower floors were today letting in PUC technicians to check the electrical circuits.
Can you tell me what sort of damage you sustained?
At this level, it seems there is no damage.
You've suffered no damage?
There is water that went through the window while they were setting the fire down. And then I don't see at this moment any.
Some may soon be able to resume business, but not the 4 enterprises and the Environment Ministry's Secretariat operating on the 2 upper floors.
Visually, I don't think we will be making use of these spaces for rental anymore. We'll probably just cordon it off, but we'll have to wait for the structural report.
At 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon, Francis Rachel Street is going to be closed as a demolition team moves in and uses this skylift crane with its extending hydraulic arm to pull down the remaining parts of the structure, the upper 3rd and 4th floors that were most damaged, including the disco, and that operation will continue until Sunday evening.
Surveyors are now evaluating the cost of the damage. The next question will be who will pay for it.
A first group of 12 workers in the home care section in the Agency for Social Protection have been trained on how to implement a standard operating procedure for home carers. The half-day training was held this morning at the International Conference Center. The training is part of reforms that the ASP is undertaking to ensure there is a consistency, efficiency, and professionalism in the service that it provides.
The main aim of this training is to give a standardized way of working, of delivering a very important service to the society. So in terms to provide a definite description of the job that the carer provides and ensure that our recipient, along with our staff, understand exactly the role of a carer and also exactly what it requires when you do an application for a carer.
It is necessary for government to review policies and strategies as well as new approaches towards allocation or construction of houses and allocation of land. This is the subject of a motion approved by the National Assembly yesterday afternoon. The mover of the motion, Grand Tansmae's elected member Wevan William, says the review is necessary to deal with problems families and the environment are facing. He added that technologies can help families obtain affordable houses. Majority members voted in favor of the motion and the opposition abstained. Bishop Denivier left Seychelles this morning for Mauritius, where he is now based. Yesterday morning, Bishop Vier paid President Wilfred Ramkalawan a courtesy call at State House. According to a communique from State House, the meeting was an opportunity for President and Bishop Vier to discuss current affairs in Seychelles and exchange views of various topics pertaining to the well-being of the country and the people. President Ramkalawan said Bishop Vier remains a dear friend of Seychelles, and his continuous support and advice to the country is always welcomed and appreciated. And that's it for the news summary. We'll be back at 8 for the Creole News Bulletin. Bye-bye for now.